So we're going to start. The Mishnah talks about ikuv. How do you say ikuv in English? I'm not 100% sure. La'akev, ma'akev. How do you say ma'akev? What? Right. The literal translation would be prevention. I think that's the best word, but they translate it differently. What? No article. The article translates it essential, but it's not. I think la'akev means to prevent. We're going to start with all the things that are ma'akev, the shiurim that are ma'akev, and we're going to go. It goes on for a very long time into the next parak. It's going to bring us on a beautiful journey through different sugyas in Shas, tzitzis, tchelas, all that stuff. Says the Mishnah. This is really easy and reads quickly, so hold on. Hakoymet, we just started. Oh, this is mamish not right. Now I'm confused. Hakoymet mi utoi ma'akev es ruboy. So if you do kmitza, like we learned yesterday, the kmitza is how many kizaysim, Rabbi Isai? 2 kizaysim. Machlaikis, fine. Hakoymet mi utoi ma'akev es ruboy. So if you have less than the shir, you're not yoytze. Isaroin mi utoi ma'akev es ruboy. The start of the mincha, you start off with a minimum is an isaron. It's ma'akev, meaning you have a little less than isaron, you don't have a good mincha. Hayayin miutim ma'akev is ruboy. Yayin that you bring from the sachim, if you have less than the shir, ma'akev. Hashemen miutim ma'akev is ruboy. Again, if you need a lug, less than a lug, it's ma'akev. Hasoilis v'hashemen ma'akev is zeh. So anything that requires soilis and shemen, one is ma'akev the other. You can't bring it, if you have a mincha that requires shemen and you bring it just soilas, you're not yoytze. As we learned, the two matirim together, they're ma'akev one and the other. My time on makro, so we're going to see that in order to be ma'akev, either you have a kfelus in the pasuk, or you have a very strong lashon in the pasuk. So by kmitza we have kfelos. It says Miloi kumtzoi trei zimnei. It's twice. It's kfelos memela. It means the Torah is very makbid on it. Isaroi miutoi ma'akev es ruboi my time on makro misol to shimchos rekol shu psulo. It has to be it soilus, the entire soilus. Hayayim miutoi ma'akev es ruboi kocha. The Torah is makbid like this. You should do it like this. Hashem miutoi ma'akev es ruboi the minchas nesachim. The minchas nesachim, the shemen of minchas nesachim, kacha. Welcome back, kacha. Uminchas nedava, omakro umisham no. Shimchas ekol shu psula. It has to be its oil in its entirety. Hashem ba'asoyis makim zeh misolto umisham no, migirso umisham no. Misolto migirso is really the same thing, but solto is from wheat, girso is from soirim. From barley. Again, al kol avinosa, ve'eis kol avina shal mincha. So it's a kfelus lashon. So you see that lavoina is ma'akev. Says the next Mishnah. Shnei seirim makipurim makim zeh. The 2 seirim, the goats that we bring in Kippur, one is la'azazel, one is not. Ma'akvim zeh. Shnei kivsei atzeres makim zeh. On Shavuos, the 2 kvasim are ma'akev zeh. If you don't bring both, you're not yoytze b'chlal. Shtei chalos ma'akev zeh zoizu. The 2 chalos of Shavuos also, they're both ma'akev each other. Shnei zdarim of the lechem hapanim ma'akev zeh. Shnei bezichim ma'akev zeh. The 2 levoinos on the lechem hapanim are ma'akev zeh. Hazdarim v'bezichim ma'akev zeh. I'll flip it over so you don't see the Waldorf. The 2 types of bread that we have by the Nazir, which are chalos and rikikin, but they're both the matzos, they're not chometz. The 3 things that we add when we burn the para on the flame, we add 3 things to it. We add wood, eitz erez, which is cedar wood, ezoiv u'shnitei las. Like a red wool, and I think in English it's hyssop, something like that. Hyssop. Ezoiv is hyssop. Hyssop. Those three things create the paraduma. It's not just the meat of the paraduma. You need three ingredients. And by the way, we're going to have those same three ingredients we're going to have by Mitzorah. But they add one, which is the birds. The four types of bread that you bring by Toida, which is chalois, rikikim, and the lechem, and the soilos. Lulav. This everybody knows. A lulav, esrog, adasim, and aravas. They're ma'akiv one another. In other words, if you don't have aravas, you're not yotzei. Which is eitzer zezev shnitelas plus the birds. Ma'akvim zezeh. If you bring three out of the four, it's not enough. Sheva hazoi sheba poro magvei zuzu. The paraduma. This is not referring to what do you do with the paraduma. You sprinkle it on something that's a tummy mace. We're talking about the avodah of paraduma. The kohen gadol, he sprays the blood towards the Beis Hamikdash 7 times. Sheva hazois shal bein habadim. The 7 hazois that are bein habadim. Anybody know what bein habadim is besides our Balkaira? What's the badim? Yeah, the poles. The poles that hold that hold up the aron that you carry the aron with, or you pretend you carry the aron with. What? Right. So the kohen is standing in between them and he's sprinkling towards the aron. Those are the Sheva Azois that are in the Kodesh HaKadoshim.
Even outside, you see the 2 bunches of the sticks banging to the parachute.
See them outside? Yeah.
They stick out.
Stick out. Interesting. Shala Paroiches. There were Hazois that went on the Paroiches between the Kodesh and the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Shala Mizbeach Hazov. And we said there's 11 hazois that go on the mizbeach inside the heichal. 4 were on the top corners, and 7 on the actual mizbeach. Total for 11. Every single one of those hazois is ma'akiv. It's essential. Zog the Gemara, Shnei Siriyah Makipur Magmizezeh Chuka. There's no kfeilos, but there's a very strong lashon of chuka. It's a choik. This is how you do it, and that's it. It says in the pasuk you, so havaya is a very strong lashon that it's ma'akev. Shtei chalois, havaya. Shtei zdorim, chuka. Shtei bezichim, chuka. Hasdorim v'abezichim, that one is ma'akev the other. The lechem is ma'akev the levayna, and the levayna is ma'akev the lechem, chuka. Shnei minim sheba nazir. V'chsiv kein yaseh, very strong lashon. This is how it's done. Shleisha sheba paro, chuko. Arba sheba toida, again, yeah, paro, everybody knows choik, right? But that's the way it's done. You can't leave out any of the 3 ingredients. Arba sheba toida, the itgash lenozir dichsiv al zevach toida shlomov, v'omar mar shlomov l'Rabbi Shalmi Nazir. In the same pasuk, we have a reference to Nazir. So we learn halachas one to the other, and one of them is that it's ma'akev, all the 40 breads, the 4 types of bread are ma'akev. This is how it's going to be done. How do you see from the word ulekachtem that's lekichatama? Lokachtam. Lekichatama. That's what we learn from the word ulekachtem. So it has to be complete, like the Torah says, all 4 minim of the lulav. Omer Rav Chonon bar Rava. So here's an interesting sugya regarding lulav. Benegeh, it's in Yonah D'Yom almost. Leishonu ela she'ein loy, aval yesh loy ein ma'afim. What's going on here? He says, when are you not yoitza? If you don't have a lulav, if you don't have one of the minim. But if you have it, you're yoitza. Says Rashi, what he's coming to say is that you don't have to be ma'aged it. We know that the lulav, hadas, and arava have to be together. So if it's not together, it's not geferlach. That's how Rashi seems to be learning. Other Rishonim learn literally that if you have your 4 minim, you could pick up your arava and go like that. Half hour later, you could pick up your esrog and go like that. As long as you do all 4, you're okay.
Who else? Who was that?
I think the Rambam and the
Zah
Rif.
Hazeh?
What?
The Zah Hazeh?
Yeah. And it might even be la halacha like that. I'm not sure. I recall something like that, as strong as that. Because as much as we know, the Bahag, the Rif, it's
Shake the Esrog in the morning, a little bit at night, and in the afternoon.
right. But Rashi says that you shake them all together, just they're not be'eged, they're not tied together. Meisvei. Arba minim shebalulav, shnayim mehem oisim peiros, ushnayim mehem ein oisim peiros. The lulav tree has fruit. The esrig is a fruit. Just as a fun fact, I know a guy in Bet Shemesh, in the city, he trains dogs. And one of the things his dogs do, first of all, he trains them to smell money. He could tell when somebody comes in with a lot of money, they smell in his suitcase. The other thing is he trains dogs there's insects that destroy palm trees. And he told me that every palm tree produces 5,000 shekel worth of dates a year. So I thought that was incredible. I thought it's 500 shekel. Just the dates, 5,000 shekel worth of dates plus lulavim.
Dogs to smell money. Where is the airport?
In the airport, drugs, money. I'm saying one of the interesting things that he trains in Bet Shemesh. He's a firm guy that trains dogs. What? Yeah, you could smell a schnar from a mile away. Okay, so there's two out of the four minim are fruit, and that's besides the lulavim that the tree produces. And 2 of the 4 are just plain leaves, like we know. Ha'oisin peiros use kukim shein oisin. Says the Gemara, the 2 that make fruit need to come on to the ones that don't make fruit. V'shein oisin peiros use kukim oisin peiros. Vein odom yoytzi leichavas be'machiu kulam ba'gudo achas. You need all of them to be in one, tied up together. Obviously, it's not referring to the esrig. Says the Gra, from this line right over here, he learns out, this is how we learn la halacha, that when you do na'anuim, the esrig needs to be touching the lulav. Because over here the Gemara says everything needs to be tied up, and the Gemara doesn't mean it literally, but the Gemara at least means that during the na'anuim, they have to be together. Says the Gemara, amazing thing. V'chein Yisrael b'hartza, when there's a tightness, and we're fasting, Klal Yisrael has to come together, ba'achdus, achiyu kulam ba'gudo achas. Shenemar, I noticed here something, I don't know if it's true, maybe it's a Chassidish Shavart, but it says that the peiros have to come onto the non-peiros, and they're not. So maybe if you say the same thing in Yisrael, maybe the tzaddikim have to come onto the non-tzaddikim. In other words, all Jews need to come onto each other. It's not just that the non-tzaddikim need to come on.
That's the Rashi. Wow, Rashi's Chassidish.
Let's see Rashi. No.
Tzaddikim need the Rishayim.
Can't be the Rashi says it.
That's why by the Hashamas at the end of Sukkot.
That's the word of Chelban.
No.
That's the word of Chelban.
No.
Neither Rishon.
The Hashamas at the end of
No,
Sukkot.
Rashi's saying in the tainus, that I said. In the tainus you need the tzaddikim and you need the non-tzaddikim. In order for the tainus to work, you need all of Klal Yisrael. I'm just saying, just like in general, I was just saying in general, every Jew has a purpose. Even the non-tzaddikim, you need to come onto them. Fine, nothing, so I wasn't mechashing it. Good. Zog the Gemara.
As long as that's clear.
Yeah, thanks. It's a hard to the
What
kavart.
not to do.
As long as we're clear, there's no chiluk.
So what do we have here? So we have a problem. On the one hand, we just read that you need aguda. You need everything to be tied.
Okay, politics then.
We just lost Yeshua. Yeah. So you need an aguda, and we said before that you don't need an aguda as long as you have it, and as long as it's there, it doesn't have to be together. So what do we do? What do you do when you have a stira? Tanoi, it goes according to different tanoim. The Sanya, lulav ben ogud ben shein ogud kosher. One Tana says it doesn't have to be ogud. Ogud kosher shein ogud posel. My time at the Rabbi Yehuda, Gomar kicho me'agudus ezoiv. From the first carbon Pesach that Klal Yisrael brought in Mitzrayim, there was halacha of ezoiv. You had to bring ezoiv. So over there it says in the pasuk, agudas ezoiv. It's an aguda. It's mugad. It's tied together. Mala alon baguda, afkam baguda. V'rabbanon Loigamri kicha kicha. What's the most famous kicha kicha? Hekesh? Everybody knows that one. So what do you mean? They don't hold of kicha kicha?
No.
It says Taisus. Oh, very good. But what I learned from Taisus is very interesting. That when you have a hekesh, when you have Gzeir Shava, and you learn Gzeir Shava, you get it from your Rebbes, what they're telling you is use these words. They don't tell you where. You could use it in Lulav, and you could use it in Kedushin. It's the Evron. They say there's a word, use those words. That's what Taisus says. He says, oh, yeah, it's a good kasha, but maybe it was a mufna, there was an extra over there, or whatever. Fine. Zog the Gemara, Keman az lahod sanya lulav mitzvah la'agdoi. There's a mitzvah to tie a lulav. It's not a chiyuv.
That second answer in Rashi, maybe compares this just like another Jerusalem that came down?
No, the second pshat in Tosfos is that it's a different word. Kicha kicham is the different is one thing. Likicha, they didn't get it from the Rebbe. The word likicha they didn't get it dar achadar. It's a different word. You can't learn a Gzeir Shava on a similar word. It has to be kuf yud chesei, not lamed kuf. Ela hadisanya lulav mitzvah lagdoi v'lo yagdoi kosher keman. What kind of sheet is this that it's a mitzvah to do eged? Rabbi Yehuda says you're mechuyev to do eged, so why do you say it's a mitzvah? You're mechuyev to. If you don't do it, then you're not yotz at all. Rabbano my mitzvah. Says the Gemara, Rabbano no my mitzvah mishum zeh eli keli v'amveyu. Unbelievable yisoid in Yiddishkeit. There's a mitzvah we say every day in Oz Yasher, zekeli v'amveyu, hisna lefonav b'mitzvahs. That there's an inyan to beautify the mitzvahs, to pay more money for a nicer esrig, for nicer tzitzis, whatever it is. So Memela, since the eged makes the lulav nicer, there's a special mitzvah to do the eged. Now if you don't do it, you're still yotzei. But it's a mitzvah. What? When this nahis b'mitzvah, it's only a mitzvah means like it's a good thing. It's not like a mitzvah d'Rabbana.
When do we make a bracha on a hider?
It's a way of doing a mitzvah.
Yeah. It's part of the mitzvah. You get extra credit, I guess, for doing it like that. I don't think it's a mitzvah of
You don't
neyatzma.
have to go to the Waldorf. It's better. It's like zekeli
Well,
v'amveyu.
when do you make a bracha on a hider?
What? Why don't you?
When do you?
New when? Oh, here it comes. Zakon?
What?
What?
When do you make a bracha on a hider?
It's a riddle. No, when is it? No, Rabbi Schoenberg. When do you make a bracha on hither?
There are two cases of bracha.
Okay, he's embarrassed to say. Maybe it's
That was
not.
the question.
All right. There's something.
Yeah.
All right. Sheva hazoy sheba par magvay. You need all 7. You can't do 6 sprinkles of the paraduma. Chuko. Sheva hazoy shal ben abalim shal mizbach hazov val shal pereches magvay zu.
I can't make a bracha on a hider. With my husband. I light, not but he lights off. My son lights off.
But you're saying, but you're doing on the menorah, you're not on the hiddur. It's because of the hiddur. You're
Everybody
saying.
makes another bracha, but it's the same bracha.
But you're saying it's because of the hiddur.
Say it. It's not. That's not the
Okay, tomorrow, whoever has the answer.
right.
V'shal pereches magvay zu. The Yom Kippurim ksiv chuko. The Parakoy Mashiach, the Paralel Dover Shel Tzibur, the Sirav, the Zara. These 3 things: Parakoy Mashiach, Paralel Dover, and the Sirav, the Zara, K'desanyo. It says in the pasuk, "V'asa lapar." It's talking about the Paralel Dover. It says you should do lapar kasher asa lapar, just like you did for the Kohen Mashiach. Now the big question is, Matam Aleimar. There's no addition because everything that it's said by Kohen Mashiach, the Torah repeats itself and says it by Par Helam Davar. So if so, what did the Torah gain by saying, do it like Kohen Mashiach? I already know every single halacha. The Torah says, Lichpo b'hazois. To say it twice, this is considered a kfelos lashon, and once we have a kfelos, then I know it's essential. And we had this exact sugya in Zvachim, and over there it elaborated a little bit more and told us more halachas from the word lapar v'chul. Shem zchisa achas min hamatonos lo yasa klum. Tanu Rabbanon Chav Zayin Amud Beis. Whoever didn't realize, we turned the page.
It's the best of an album we ever had.
One of the most difficult ones. Tanu Rabbanon Sheva Hazoy Sheba Parosh Hason Bein sheloi lishman, bein sheloi mechuvanois, psulois. Here, so a major halacha that hazois of a para need lishma. Why in the world would you need lishma? Why would lishma be ma'akev? Where did we learn that lishma is ma'akev? By chatos. And what is a para aduma? A chatos. And memela, it's ma'akev. Another thing is ma'akev. If the kohen gadol sprinkles it off center, we'll see in the Gemara later what that means. But if the sprinkles are not directed towards the opening, the Beis Hamikdash, you're not yotzei. If he's facing the wrong direction, let's say.
For each Tmei Meis?
No, that's what I said before. We're not talking about the actual procedure of the pardon. We're talking about the avodah, the making of it. The making of the Efer requires 7 hazois. And those go towards the Beis Hamikdash.
So what's
And it says over there, El Noichach. What?
So what's the Lishma? It's not the Lishma of a specific person. What's your Lishma here?
No, for chatos, for paraduma. I said, I'm sprinkling this, L'Shem Oila. It's not an Oila, it's a paraduma, bye-bye. B'shebifnim,
That's sprinkling on Har
yes, across, exactly. You're on Har HaMishcha, on Har Zeisim, facing the opening, the entrance to the Beis HaMikdash, you're sprinkling. Remember we had, if he wipes each finger, does he wipe it? It doesn't make sense to go all the way down. So Mela, we learned that he's all the way up, and it doesn't. And he wipes his finger on the kli. The Gemara says over there.
It was the same like that in the Mikvah when Moshe made the first one, and then in the Shema. How did they also had a thing that had to be opposite
The heichal, yeah. Oh, Yom Moed. Zog the Gemara v'shebefnim shebematzoyro sheloi lishmon psulois sheloi mechuvanis sheres. So over here, there's a difference in halacha. The chatois that come inside the heichal and the mitzayra, if he didn't do lishma, they're pasul. But if they weren't in the mechuvan towards where they need to be mechuvan to, they're kosher. Vasanyu gabe paro. So here we're going to have a question, and the answer to this question is going to take us down all the way to the bottom of the page. Vasanya, we have a steer in the Braises l'chayra. It says gabi paro shaloi lishmam psulois shaloi mechuvanois sheirois. Over here it says mefurish that if you don't sprinkle the blood in the right direction, it's kosher. And we said that if you don't sprinkle in the right direction, it's possible because it says el noichach, it's mamish. It's a hechrach, it's ma'akiv. Omer Rav Chisda leikashia ha Rabbi Yehuda ha Rabbanon. Who's Rabbi Yehuda and who's Rabbanon? That mamish is 4 lines from the bottom. That's how far we have to get to see what Rabbi Yehuda says and what Rabbanon says. But meanwhile, we're going to digress and go to different sugi and come right back. What's a mechusri kapara? It goes like this. There's a tamei, that's the worst. There's a person that goes into the mikvah for his tumah, it's full yom. He just has to wait for the sun to go down and then he has a tara. However, he is also to eat truma. He's so tamei that he can't eat truma, but he's not completely tamei. Then you have mechusik kippurim. You have somebody, let's say a zav or your ledes, who went to the mikvah and they're just waiting to bring a carbon. Somebody like that's waiting just for a carbon is a mechusar kippurim. He's waiting for a kapara. He's missing the little kapara of the carbon. They're allowed to eat truma. So they're on the lowest level of tumah. They're somewhat tamei, but on the lowest level. So the Gemara says, "Mechusar kapara shenichusu la'azara b'shoigeg chayav chatas b'meizel arush kares." You get kares. You get misa b'dei shemayim. Vein tzarich loymar tful yoyim ushar kol atmeim. Then certainly tful yoyim, who's more tamei because he can't eat truma, certainly gets kares if he goes into the azara on purpose. Let's say a kohen who's tar, but went in to a place he shouldn't go into, like the heichal or a kohen gadol. What? Or a zar, okay, it's not so posh. Rashi says zar, yeah. Leheichal kuloi barboim. We'll see soon. Leheichal kuloi barboim. The entire heichal, you get malchus of 40. Mibeis la paroiches el panei kapoires b'misa. If you go into the heichal, chart. Oh, very good. What kind of misa? B'dei adam. What's the difference between Bidei Adam and Kares? We said before on Kares.
You don't know when it's going to happen.
There is a difference. You're right, but you're right. Bidei Misa over here means okay. Misa. No, Kares is Bidei
You
Shemayim.
don't know when it's going to happen.
And but Misa also is Bidei Adam.
Now. Misa is now.
No, I'm sorry. What did he say? He said B'dei Adam? No, B'dei Shomayim. Sorry. It's B'dei Shomayim. The Misa here is B'dei Shomayim. You don't kill somebody. What do you give him? Skila, hurricane, what do you? No.
That's the Nafkamila.
Misa is
right away.
But the Shomayim, what if a guy lives
Now.
afterwards?
He's not going to. That's Nafkamila. Chorus, it happens. We don't know when it happens. It can happen.
Maybe Kares means the children.
No.
They're trying to discuss
happen
it.
all the time.
Yeah. Well, is you going to see the Misa happening? The guy's going
walks
to
in, boom, we die. That's it.
Halavai.
Like by the Aron, when you touch the Aron.
Anyways, this is the line. This is the Ezra Yisrael. I don't. The Rishonim discussed it. But I didn't Rishonim.
No, when you touch the Aron, you die right away. It was
But that's was maybe there's something special. I don't know that every.
So what is it?
I don't know that every mitzvah they Shemayim means right
What
away.
is it?
Rashi Shabbos Chafei.
Rashi Shabbos Chafei.
And Tosfos. Is it different in the age? 45 and 50.
Okay, so here's the different places. We have the Ezra Yisrael. Ezra Yisrael is up until this line. It's 11 amas, approximately 22 feet. According to Rashi, they can't go in there. We had a few times they could go in Kasha. From this line on, this is the Azara. Now, if a Kohen goes into the Heichal without any Avodah, he has a problem. He has to go in there for a reason. And then into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, that's only a Kohen Gadol. If a Kohen Gadol goes into there, that's also Misa. That's also all part of it. Yeah, from this door. Yeah. Zog the Gemara. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Kol Heichal Kuloi Umibeis LaParoiches Ba'arboim. Rabbi Yehuda says no. You don't get Misa for all of this in the Heichal. That you don't get Misa. That you get Malchus. Where do you get Misa? Velpanei HaKaporos b'Misa. Once you go into Kodesh HaKadoshim, b'Misa. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. He says even the Kodesh HaKadoshim you don't get Misa, but if Panei HaKaporos, meaning by the Araim, that's the most chomer.
Unless you're going to clean the Kodesh HaKadoshim, in which case.
No, but they did it differently. They didn't look and they suspended them and the whole thing.
So then you can do it. Get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's a
Zot the Gemara. B'Maiko Mifligi. So for this we have to pull out our chart. No charts today. It's a very long pasuk and a very interesting pasuk, but it's going to give us an appreciation now. Yom Tov. When did we learn this? It sounds like in Yom Kippur, you know? Yom Kippur. It starts off with a lav, val yovoy. It ends off v'lo yomos, misa. What is it? A lav or misa? The three boxes are three different places. That's what's interesting. So on the kodesh there's no machlokes. Kodesh means in the heichal. Kodesh is the heichal. And you go in there, you get a lav. According to everybody, you get malchus if you walk in. No machlokes. Another thing, there's no machlokes. The end of the pasuk. El Panei HaKaporos we said is what? Yeah. Yeah. Why not? El Panei HaKaporos facing the Aron in the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the most holy of the holy, within the holy of the holy. No machlokes. V'lo yomos, you get misa. Where's the whole machlokes? This middle guy right over here. Does he belong to the top of the pasuk and it's a lav and you only get malchus, or does he belong to the bottom of the pasuk and he gets misa? Zeo, that's the whole sugi here. Says the Gemara. No arrows because we don't know. Yeah, no. I thought about it for a second also. I don't think so. There's no mention here of that. Vayoy Hashem Moshe daber el Aaron ochicho vayove b'cholei sel hakodesh mibeis laparoich el pnei hakaporos asher al Aaron v'lo yomos. Rabbanan Savri el hakodesh v'lo yovoy, that everybody agrees to also. Mibeis laparoiches vel pnei hakaporos v'lo yomos. These two, the last two boxes are misa. The first two boxes are almost only facing the Aron is b'misa. My time the Rabbanon. What's the reason? So it doesn't say here because no. It should say El HaKodesh and El Pnei HaKaparis. It shouldn't say this. Mebeis LaParoiches is not necessary. Why? If you're Chayiv Malkus going into the Heichal, certainly if you go into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, Rabbi Yehuda says Kodesh HaKadoshim is Malkus. Why do I need to tell you that Kodesh HaKadoshim is Malkus? If the Heichal is Malkus, of course Kodesh HaKadoshim is Malkus. Elamai is coming to tell you that Kodesh HaKadoshim is Misa. According to Rabbi Yehuda, remove this and I'll know that you get Malkus for going to Kodesh HaKadoshim. How do you even get into Kodesh HaKadoshim without going through the Heichal? That's what they say. That is their question. You're going to see in a second. That's Rabbanon's proof. Say the other way. Now, before we go into Rabbanon's proof, Rabbi Yehuda is just going to defend himself. Rabbi Yehuda, ikoser Rachmon el HaKodesh v'ikoser mebeis laparoiches havamina my kodesh mebeis laparoiches. He says, how do I know that a heichal is aser? It says el HaKodesh, maybe kodesh means kodesh HaKadoshim. The fact that I have three different places, so I work backwards. Kodesh, I have the Aron. What's less than that? Kodesh HaKadoshim. What's less than that? Heichal. So, but it's because I have three places, three kodesh. What? Yeah. I would think that heichal is not even alive. You don't get malchus if you go in there. Now, that we know from another place that it's considered kodesh, that the paroiches separates and divides the heichal and the kodesh HaKadoshim, and it says in the pasuk that it's kodesh. So I can't say that El HaKodesh doesn't mean the heichal when the Torah refers to the heichal as kodesh. Rabbi Yehuda, so maybe this is what you're thinking. I don't know what it is, but something. Rabbi Yehuda, my taimo, iso kadaitoch kidkamri rabbanon luchter rachmona El HaKodesh umebeis laparoiches v'leiboi el pnei HaKaparis. So it should say the first two El HaKodesh and mebeis laparoiches v'ano amino mebeis laparoiches b'misa el pnei HaKaparis mebaya. If just going in the Kodesh HaKadoshim is Misa, so certainly going in front of the Aron is Misa. Same exact thing, but reverse of Rabbanon. El Pnei HaKaparis because Rachmana Lomali Shma Mino Pnei HaKaparis b'Misa Mebeis LaParoiches b'Hazara. So it tells us that only going in front of the Aron is Misa, but going in the Kodesh HaKadoshim is Malchus. Rabbanon say you're right. It's a very good kasha. Why do I need the extra place? The reason why it says the last one of Pnei HaKaparis, which is obvious, if you get Misa from just going in the Kodesh HaKadoshim, certainly if you're standing inside in front of the Aron, you should get Misa. It comes to tell us another halacha, that if a person decided to crawl his way into the Heichal, you don't get Misa. If Hamas gets in there somehow with one of their tunnels, you don't get Misa. Or like we learned, coming from the top, crawling from the top. That's a different type of Misa.
You have to walk through the Pesach? You have to walk through the Pesach?
You have to come in
Even
direct.
those channels from the back of the thing that you can see in.
It's a Mechayev and Shuma, they're big deals.
Right, so that's probably not Misa. We'll see. It says you have to take out the parentheses that are in a circle and put in the square. It's a different pasuk completely. It says Al Pnei HaKaparis Kedma. That's talking about on Yom Kippur. It's on top of. It's not to. It's on Pnei HaKaparis Kedma. What does the pasuk tell us? Two words: Pnei and Kedma. Says the Gemara, Zeh Bona'av Kol Mokim Shenemar Pnei Einoi Elo Pnei Kodim. Anytime it says the word Pnei, it's referring to Mizrach. Just like on Yom Kippur, Pnei HaKaparis Kedma means Mizrach. Rabbi Yehuda, when it says Kedma, it means Mizrach because on Yom Kippur it says Pnei HaKaparis Kedma, and that is Mizrach. So Memela, by us also, it says El Pnei HaKaparis, meaning you come in through the Mizrach, coming in through a tunnel, coming through the ceiling, or like Hillel said, from that little window that you were able to look through. We had a window there, you're going through there. L'chayra, not. Rabbi Yehuda le makro Pnei Mai El Pnei Shmamino El Dafko. So now, finally we got to Rabbi Yehuda. El Dafko. So all the way in the beginning of the sugya we had a kasha. What was the kasha? A steer in the brises, whether sprinkling the blood is dafka ma'akiv. On one brise it said that if you sprinkle the blood of a paraduma in the wrong direction, pasul. In the other brise it said it's kosher. The one that says pasul goes according to Rabbi Yehuda that says dafka. It's ma'akiv. V'rabbanon el lav dafka. So that would be the second brise that says that's not ma'akiv. It's like the second time this week that we had a whole Amud, and it was Amud Beis, just to get to Rabbi Lazar over there, whoever it was. Rabbi Yehuda Omar El Pnei HaKaparis Dafko. So if he's telling me El Pnei HaKaparis is mamish ma'akiv, V'hiza El Noichach by Paraduma, it says V'hiza El Noichach Nami Dafko. This is the raya. Sorry, I jumped it too early. V'hiza by Para is Dafka. V'rabbanon midahosam lav dafka, achanami lav dafka. By nichas the kodesh is not dafka, so over here by Parah also not dafka. Masculine Rav Yosef, what time is it? Anybody have the time? We're doing good? Okay. Masculine Rav Yosef, by the way, because I didn't bring my clock, it's much cooler today. I was like looking at the temperature rising. It's not a good idea to have here. Masculine Rav Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda mida'el dafka. Since he says the word El means ma'akiv, al nami dafka. So the Gemara understands that the word El and Al are interchangeable, and if one is dafka, then the other one is dafka. El the mikdash sheni, the lehava aron v'kaparis, in the second base of mikdash where you didn't have the aron and the kaparis, hochinami the le'ovid hazois. If it's dafka, so it has to be exactly the way it was in the first mikdash. Omer Rav Barulo Omakro.
And what? And he's saying you shouldn't do hazos of the paraduma?
No, I think it's referring to the one inside. The hazois in the kodesh HaKadoshim.
Which hazos?
Ben abadim, let's say. There's no ben abadim. The seven hazois of Yom Kippur. Where are you going to do it?
You don't do it?
Yeah, it has to be exactly like. Says the Gemara, "V'chipers mikdash hakodesh, mokem hamakudesh lakodesh." We have a special limud that tells us just stand on that spot where the aron was supposed to be, and do the hazois. Pretend that the aron is there. So you'll be yotza the ma'akiv, because the ma'akiv is to do it in the space, in the spot that the aron was there. Now, going back to the kasha, we had a steer in the brises. One brisa said the hazov of paraduma in the direction is ma'akiv, and the other brisa said even if you do it in the wrong direction, it's not ma'akiv. Rava Amar, I'll explain to you the brises. Havaha Rabbanon. It could go according to one man the Omar. In the one that says that it's not ma'akiv is because he was standing in the general direction. He was standing towards Ma'ariv. And therefore, so even if he was off target, as long as the pitcher facing the batter, so his pitch went off a little bit, but he's facing.
Now I finally understand where it's
coming. This guy is mamish off. He's facing third base, and he threw it. So shkoyach. Of course, he's not yotzev. Atkan, Yishkoyach. Have a great day, and we're going to have very interesting sugyas. Derech Agav, in case you didn't notice.